The mission of NXT-9 is to use technology to help small businesses to grow at scale. We want to scale breakthrough technical assistance or capacitation for small businesses through technology at a very affordable price point. We've been working with entrepreneurs for a long time, and what we find from our own empirical experience and supported by research is most small businesses fail to scale. By far the majority just never achieve anything like their ambitions for their business. At some point they get stuck. And so, the questions that come up for a business like that are, why am I stuck? And what do I do about it? And NXT-9 aims to help solve those problems. So the first feature of NXT-9 is an X-ray. The X-ray aims to give X-ray vision into the business and answer the question, why am I stuck? Not every small business that uses NXT-9 will be stuck. Some businesses that are thriving and growing fast will use NXT-9 and get as much value out of it, maybe more. But slightly different questions, not why am I stuck, but what is most likely to derail me in the future and what can I do about it now? The first job that NXT-9 does is it answers the question, why am I stuck? I've been at this for a long time and we just aren't breaking through. Why? And so the X-ray feature of NXT-9 answers that question. It does that by looking at the business in depth and identifying strengths and weaknesses in the organization. And then we've done a lot of work to build intelligence into the platform. I'll unpack that a bit more later, to be able to basically pinpoint why you're stuck. And how it does that is it scans your organization across 8 business disciplines. Now, this comes from all the work we've done over the last 17 years to identify the 12 disciplines of 10x entrepreneurs, of entrepreneurs who manage to 10x their company. There are 12 things they do better than most companies, and 8 of them are business disciplines and 4 of them are personal disciplines. So of those 8 business disciplines, that's what the X-ray really focuses on. The question is, what within that world are we doing badly or not enough? And of course, marketing and sales as a discipline still is a very broad general area. And so we've then broken down those 8 disciplines into roughly 250 business practices, in a layered hierarchy. There are disciplines, sub-disciplines, sub-sub-disciplines, and then practices, individual management practices. And so we scan the business across 250 odd management practices under those 8 disciplines. And you can think of this as an MRI scan on your body, which kind of uses magnetic resonance imaging to pinpoint inflammation and other issues going on in the organs of your body, which is invisible to the naked eye. And a business is like that. It's got issues that are invisible to the naked eye. And therefore you just don't know there's a problem that needs, urgent attention. The X-ray solves that by giving X-ray vision into your organization and saying there's inflammation, there is something breaking down, there is a cancer, and you now know, you have X-ray vision, you know what to work on. So through doing that scan, the X-ray pinpoints the biggest weaknesses in your organization, which are generally why you're stuck. Now, it's not quite that as simple as what are the biggest gaps, of where you are versus where you need to be. It's not that simple. There is much more science that goes into pinpointing where to start. So we have built in to the NXT-9 X-ray organizational development science. How do small businesses grow over time? What needs to be done in what phases? What first? What does good look like? We've built in, basically codified experience from all of our coaches we've worked with over, the last more than a decade, and codified their experience based on root cause analysis, what comes first, if this, then that, a bunch of other things, to be able to ultimately pinpoint out of these 250 business practices, what are the 5 things you should start with first, because those are your biggest problem. That's how the X-ray ultimately answers the question, why am I stuck? And what do I need to tackle to resolve that? So that's the first problem that the X-ray solves. The second problem that the X-ray solves is where do I start? So that's through intelligent prioritization. The second part of the expert system is what do I do now? What action do I take? And so again, we've codified coach experience combined with the organizational development science for small businesses, combined with curated expert understanding of how to scale each function in the business. And we've translated that into detailed, granular action recommendations against every single business practice, depending on how mature your practice is in that area. Detailed action recommendation. That answers, the next question, which is what do I do now? Okay, I now know why I'm stuck, what are the big problems in my business, and now I also know what do I do? What actions do I take?